My husband called me worthless for years. So I cashed out, left him broke, and now he's living with mommy. So my husband spent years telling me I was worthless, like a clearance rack throw pillow at Target. I smiled, nodded, and quietly siphoned off his money until the day karma punched him right in his receding hairline, the day he lost his job. Now he's broke, jobless, and living with mommy. He calls me 30 times a day, probably between microwaving pizza rolls and rage scrolling Indeed. Anyway, rewind a bit. I met Robert at OMAL's, that grimy little bar downtown where the floors stick to your shoes and everyone pretends their lives are better than they are. I was with coworkers from the insurance office where I rot away as an admin assistant. Robert swaggered in with all the confidence of a man who thinks middle management means he's God's gift to women. He bought me a White Claw, classy, and made me feel like I was the chosen one. Fast forward, we date for 2 years, then get married. My friends thought it was fast. Kira, my best friend since high school, gave me that "are you sure?" look every 5 minutes. But I was so sure. Looking back, I should have noticed the triangular flag factory, like how he insisted we combine finances immediately because that's what married people do. Translation: give me your money so I can judge your Target receipts. His joke started out harmless, but once we merged accounts, suddenly I was the villain for buying $7 organic milk. He'd look at a grocery receipt like it was a crime scene report. When I got a tiny raise. Well, you're not management material, but it's cute they threw you a bone. When I said I wanted to go for a promotion. Honey, that's not really your lane. Besides, I make enough for both of us. Always followed by, just teasing, or, you know I love you, as if emotional abuse counts as foreplay. And like an idiot, I believed him. Because isn't that what marriage is? At least that's what my parents modeled. Dad teasing mom about her cooking, weight, and hobbies until she looked permanently dead inside. Then came the late nights at work. First 7 p.m., then 8 p.m., sometimes 10. Sometimes he smelled like beer, sometimes like those cologne samples they shove at you in malls. When I asked, it was always drinks with the guys or client entertainment. If I pressed, he'd pat my head like a dog and say, "You're cute when you're suspicious. Why don't you just worry about stocking LaCroix?" Our sex life tanked too. He only touched me when he was drunk, and when I tried, he'd poke at my stomach like a toddler with Play-Doh and say things like, "You've got that little pooch happening," or "Your boobs look different since you gained weight." Reminder, I'm 5 feet 6 inches, 145 pounds. Basically the same as when he met me. But apparently when men cheat, it's your fault for not being Victoria's Secret runway ready while working a 9 to 5 and keeping the house alive. Then came the money drama. Last summer, I noticed our savings account was lower than it should be. When I asked, he exploded like I'd accused him of hiding bodies in the crawl space. I'm the one who makes the real money here. Doors slam, wall art falls, the whole cliché. That night, while he snored, I checked the online statements. Friday withdrawals, $200 to $300 at a time. Over months, it added up to thousands. At work, I told Oliver, my crypto-obsessed cubicle neighbor, about it. He's the type who thinks Dogecoin is a retirement plan, but even he said, "That sounds shady. Start saving separately. Just in case." In case of what? I asked. He gave me that look. And I felt like the dumb wife in a Lifetime movie. So I opened a secret Capital One account. Fun fact, Robert didn't know about it because I used my personal email. I started funneling $100 per paycheck into it. Later, I added overtime pay too, lying to Robert that I was helping out. Then Christmas came. Robert's company holiday party. He got drunk and bitter because he'd been passed over for promotion again. ******************************************************************************* Probably sucked up to the VP. That's what your type does. You're not promotion material. That night in the kitchen, it hit me, my husband wasn't just an asshole. He was a mediocre asshole. Not successful. Not ambitious. Just a bitter man with thinning hair and delusions of grandeur. From there, the insults escalated. My cooking, my friends, my family, nothing was off limits. I started writing it all in my notes app like some deranged court stenographer. Date. Time. Exact insult. Proof I wasn't crazy. Then in February, jackpot, I found his secret Capital One card. Charges at places called Lucky Star Entertainment and VIP Room. Google them. Spoiler, they're strip clubs. Did I confront him? Nope. I doubled my secret savings instead. By March, layoffs were rumored. Robert grew more hostile, more drunk, more pathetic. He even joked, if I lose my job, you'll finally have to learn what real work is. Meanwhile, I was calculating how many paychecks I needed before escape. And then last week, the dream came true. He called me at work, voice tight with anger, they let me go. Sebastian's department was spared. ****ing diversity hire. That night he went out, came back at 2 a.m. drunk and muttering about ungrateful wives. The next morning, he announced, we're moving in with my parents. You'll need to quit your little job. That's when something inside me finally snapped. 8 years of insults crystallized into clarity. I looked at this average man with his beer gut and thinning hair and realized, this loser convinced me I was nothing. So I smiled and said, actually, I do have an opinion. And I told him everything, that I was leaving, that I knew about the strip clubs, the money, all of it. His face cycled through shock, rage, fear, disbelief. He sputtered, you can't leave. You're nothing without me. Who's going to want you? You can't even manage money. I just grabbed my pre-packed suitcase and walked out. It's been 3 days. I'm sitting in my new apartment. Nothing fancy, just a one-bedroom near the park. But it's mine. Robert, meanwhile. So, Robert has been blowing up my phone like a debt collector on meth. 37 calls today alone, 19 texts, and enough voicemails to qualify as a podcast series. They range from sobbing apologies to, you ungrateful, expletive, which honestly just proves therapy still isn't on his to-do list. Apparently he discovered I moved most of our savings. Key detail, my name was on the accounts too, so it was perfectly legal. Now he's broke, jobless, wifeless, and sleeping in his childhood bedroom like a Call of Duty streamer who peaked in high school. First update. It's been 1 week since I left. And let me tell you, freedom doesn't always feel like soaring through the clouds. Sometimes it feels like realizing you forgot to pack your phone charger and spending your first night of independence staring at a 12% battery while binge-watching Small Apartment Hacks on YouTube at 2 a.m. My new place isn't glamorous, the bathroom fan clicks like a metronome, and the neighbor's kid plays violin at 7 a.m. like he's auditioning for Juilliard. But it's mine. I even bought a tassel-wide Target shower curtain. Robert would have called it basic white girl decor and lectured me about how I couldn't even pick out bathroom accessories without him. Now I smile every time I see it. Meanwhile, Robert's harassment campaign has gone pro. In 7 days, 127 calls, 89 texts, 15 voicemails. He started with, baby, please come home, and has now evolved into, you're nothing without me. The last one. 2 minutes of heavy breathing like a dollar store Darth Vader. And oh, his mom, Flora, showed up at my work yesterday crying like she was auditioning for a soap opera. She told me Robert hasn't eaten, hasn't showered, and keeps saying he's lost everything. I almost felt bad until she added, he's sorry about the strip clubs, honey. Men just need attention sometimes when their wives are, you know. Translation: it's your fault he shoved dollar bills into G-strings. Any guilt I had evaporated faster than Robert's career prospects. What she doesn't know, I also found online poker receipts, payday loans, and a casual $23,000 of credit card debt he'd hidden. But sure, Flora, I'm the villain. Adjusting to solo life has been weird. Grocery shopping for one, drinking coffee alone, realizing I hated the bread Robert always insisted we buy. I keep waiting for him to critique my choices, then remembering I don't need permission anymore. Kira has been a rock, showing up with takeout, helping me rearrange furniture, and not judging me when I broke down in Target because I couldn't pick hangers. Plastic or velvet? Who knows? I cried in the storage aisle while she held me like I'd just been left at prom. Financially, Robert's spinning the narrative that I stole from him. But again, my name was on the accounts. He just conveniently forgets that. Sebastian, yes, the same guy who got the promotion Robert wanted, messaged me on Facebook to congratulate me. Turns out Robert wasn't fired for layoffs. He was fired because he was slurring at work, badmouthing Sebastian, and trying to sabotage him. Karma's real, folks. Small victories. Last night I ordered pineapple pizza, the fruit of rebellion. Robert always called it trash toppings for trash people. I ate it on my $200 couch he would have hated, while watching the reality TV he said was rotting my brain, wearing the Target leggings he called lazy clothes. Freedom tastes like cold pineapple pizza and zero judgment. But I won't lie, I'm still all over the place. Some mornings I feel unstoppable. Others, I stare in the mirror trying to see what Robert saw when he called me worthless. All I see is me, tired, scared, but still standing. His new tactic is using his friends' wives to guilt-trip me. They've been demanding me about how worried everyone is, how I'm tearing apart a family. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to build a life that doesn't revolve around being insulted daily. Second update. Wasn't going to post again so soon, but Robert pulled a classic pop-up X move today. I ordered Thai food on DoorDash. Ding dong. I opened the door, not noodles, but Robert. Holding grocery store flowers still in the $9.99 wrapper. He looked like a half-deflated frat boy, unshaven, thinner, wearing that ragged college hoodie that smells like stale beer and regret. For a split second, muscle memory almost made me let him in. Instead, I slammed the door and fumbled with the deadbolt while he stood outside running his greatest hits album. Babe, I've changed. You're overreacting. Remember how good we were. I miss you. You're nothing without me. It was like a one-man Broadway show, if Broadway only cast bitter, unemployed men. He kept at it for 45 minutes. Luckily, my sweet old neighbor across the hall, the one who waters my plants, called the cops. Robert left before they arrived but slid a letter under my door like some budget Romeo. It's still on the counter. Haven't read it. Don't want to. Cops took a report, told me to call if he comes back, and suggested cameras. Already ordered, thank you, Amazon Prime. Fun detail, he got my address from Flora, who asked around, because she was worried. At this point, I'm not even mad at her. She's just another victim of his manipulation, convinced her son is the tragic hero in all this. After the cops left, I had a panic attack in my bathroom. Not the movie kind, no sobbing in the shower. Just me on the toilet lid, scrolling TikTok and trying to remember how to breathe. My boss told me to take the day off, and when I opened up about it, she admitted she'd been through something similar. Wild how many people crawl out of the woodwork with same stories once you start sharing. Kira came over that night with wine and frozen Trader Joe's apps. We didn't talk about Robert. We just ate, watched trashy TV, and debated whether my ceiling stain looks more like a duck or a rabbit. Honestly, duck won. The weirdest part. When I saw him today, he didn't look powerful. He looked small. This man who once made me feel like a speck of dirt, now just a hollow shell with a hoodie. Don't get me wrong, I'm still scared. Still tired. But the shadow he cast is shrinking. Updates. Changed all my passwords, again. Got my own Netflix account, goodbye, Robert's cringe watch list. Ordered a Ring doorbell. Started actual therapy, not the fake self-improvement he claimed to be doing. Adopted a cat. Her name is Potato. She judges me constantly, but honestly, that's the kind of judgment I can live with. Life goes on. The dishwasher still needs unloading, the plants still need watering, and Potato still thinks her litter box is a Jackson Pollock canvas. The world doesn't stop just because your ex-husband has a public meltdown on your doorstep. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the DoorDash did eventually arrive. Cold pad thai. Still ate it. Letters still on my counter, unread, radiating toxic energy like a Chernobyl souvenir. Third update. So yesterday I was at Whole Foods, treating myself to their overpriced mac and cheese from the hot bar. Don't judge, healing requires carbs, when I literally bumped carts with Sebastian. Yes. That's Sebastian. Robert's arch-nemesis, the guy he swore ruined his life. I froze like a deer in the kombucha aisle, but Sebastian just smiled and asked how I was. Next thing I know, we're drinking Starbucks coffee by the checkout like casual acquaintances instead of two people connected by Robert's paranoia. And what Sebastian told me? Oh, it explained a lot. Robert wasn't fired because of layoffs. He wasn't even fired because Sebastian stole his job. Nope. He got caught falsifying expense reports. Strip clubs billed as client meetings, solo bar tabs as team lunches, gambling disguised as networking. HR actually offered him a deal, pay it back, take a demotion. But instead of being grateful, Robert went on a tirade about how Sebastian was out to get him. He even made threats HR couldn't ignore. Sebastian showed me screenshots of Robert's post-firing texts. Slurs, threats, and my personal favorite, accusations that I was sleeping with Sebastian. Reminder, I'd never even spoken to the guy before this Starbucks run. Nothing screams, I'm innocent, like inventing affairs with your coworkers' wives. Anyway, other updates. Potato has declared 3 a.m. the official parkour hour. Finally read that 8-page letter Robert slid under my door. Took it to therapy. Spoiler, it alternated between I'm sorry and you ruined my life, like some kind of gaslighting mixtape. Got a Ring doorbell camera. Worth every penny. Started doing yoga in my living room. Robert always said yoga was for people not smart enough for real exercise. Namaste, bitch. Found an old journal from when we first started dating. Apparently, early me thought she was lucky Robert chose her. I even wrote about spending 3 hours making his favorite dinner after he said I cooked like someone who hates food. Ouch. Then Flora called. Standard script, guilt trip about Robert not eating, crying, blah blah blah. But then she dropped the plot twist, he's just like his father. Turns out Robert's dad didn't leave for work opportunities. He left after gambling away their savings and maxing out credit cards in Flora's name. History doesn't repeat itself, it reproduces. Weirdly enough, I'm not angry anymore. Not really. It's like finally taking off shoes that were too tight. Relief, but the indent marks still take a while to fade. 3-month updates. I can watch whatever I want on TV without running commentary. Grocery bill cut in half. Who knew I didn't actually need $40 protein bars? I sleep through most nights. Bought plants. Haven't killed them yet. I laugh with my real laugh again, not the fake, cute one Robert preferred. But some habits die hard. Still check my rearview mirror like I'm in a spy movie. Still jump when my phone rings. Still apologize to my coffee maker if I bump it. Still sometimes miss him in the weirdest ways, like when I see his favorite cereal on sale. Saw Sebastian again before leaving Whole Foods. He gave me his card, not in a creepy way, he's happily married, just in a, if you need support, I get it, way. Final update, probably. I was at Target, again, of course, buying storage bins because adulthood is apparently just getting excited about organizing plastic rectangles. As I'm comparing lids, I hear, you don't want those ones. They crack. I turn, and it's Flora. My ex-mother-in-law. For a second I froze, cart full of frozen dinners, lavender TikTok spray, single-person life on display. But she just smiled, holding a bag of cat litter. That litter you recommended for Potato? I got a cat too. Turns out Robert moved out of her house last month. Still unemployed. Still couch surfing. Still blaming everyone but himself. Flora, though. She looked lighter. She's going to therapy, joined a book club, even got her own cat. We grabbed Starbucks again, this time as two tired women bonding over cats, books, and storage container woes. She said, I'm sorry. Not just for him, but for me. For not seeing it sooner. And for once, it felt genuine. Life update since then. Moved to a slightly better apartment. Dishwasher included. Potato is slowly learning that 3 a.m. is not gymnastics hour. Finally blocked Robert on everything after his last meltdown. Got my first real credit card in my name. Learning to cook, though my smoke detector is still the most honest food critic. Caught myself automatically buying Robert's favorite snacks for months before realizing I don't even like salt and vinegar chips. Some tiny victories that feel massive. Ordered food without checking the price 3 times. Wore red lipstick Robert once called trashy. Used the good towels on a Tuesday. Called my mom without rehearsing what to say. Do I still have bad days? Yep. Like the time I almost cried in the toothpaste aisle because the choices were overwhelming. But the good days finally outnumber the bad ones. As for Robert, still orbiting somewhere in the background, ranting at weddings, spinning lies about me, cheating with Sebastian, or stealing all his money. But honestly, he was broken long before I left. And I finally realized I don't care anymore. Not in a dramatic, I'm over it, way. More like when you stop noticing background noise once you've left the room. Before leaving, Flora hugged me and said she was proud. Asked if I wanted to get coffee again sometime. I said maybe. And I meant it. The bins she recommended are in my living room, waiting to be filled. Potato, of course, is sleeping in one of them because cats are weird like that. This will probably be my last update. Not because everything's perfect, it's not. I still jump at phone buzzes. Still rehearse conversations in my head. Still fight the urge to make myself smaller, quieter, easier. But now I'm learning, growing, healing. So to anyone out there in the same boat. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You're not overreacting. And you're definitely not nothing.